3, 2, 1.
Good evening. Tonight we're going to talk to you about factors. And as you guys recall, we have been doing factors with our morning calendar math. So this is going to be kind of a review for us. Let's start off with this first one over here, 12. We set it up so that we have a T-chart with the 12 at the top. And we always start with the first pair is 1, gotta take my pen, 1 and 12. The next pair, 12 is a multiple of 2, so I know I can do 2 and 6. Let's see, 3. 12 is also a multiple of 3, so I can do 3 and 4, and I know I'm done with that one. So my factors of 12 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. I'm going to erase that. Okay, so I'd like you to pause the video and put those into your notes. Welcome back. Okay, so let's look at factoring 8. We have 1 and 8. 8 is also a multiple of 2. So I've got 2 times 4. And the only number that is between 2 and 4 is 3. And 8 is not a multiple of 3. So I know I can stop there. So my factors of 8 are 1, 8, 2, and 4. Pause the video and put that one in your notes. Welcome back. Now let's look at 15. Well, we always start with 1 and the number because the identity property tells us that 1 times any number is itself. 15 is an odd number, so I know that 15 is not a multiple of 2. 3, I do know that 15 is a multiple of 3. So 3 times 5 will give me 15. The number between 3 and 5 is 4, and 4 is not a multiple of 5 or 15. So our factors are 1, 3, 5, and 15. Let's look at 4 over here. My multiplication pairs are 1 and 4, because we always start with that one. And 4 is even, so I know that 2 is a multiple of it. But 2 is 2 times 2. So I can put the 2 here, so I know that that's it, and I know that I can stop. However, when I write my factors, there we go. I don't want to include the second 2. So my factors of 4 are 1, 2, and 4. Pause the video and write that in your notes. Welcome back. I would like you to, we're not going to do 23. That's an extra one. I would like you to write down the factors of 3. Pause the video. Okay, you should have written 1 and 3. Now, let's review. We have these 4 numbers here are a special kind of number called composite. Composite numbers, which means they have more than 2 factors, as we can see from their factor trees. But 3 is a special kind of number. It is a prime number. It means it only has 2 factors. And we have been discussing that in class. Now let's look over here to our next problem. I'm going to do a little bit of pre-teaching here. Prime factorization is not actually on this lesson. However, it makes sense to talk about it when we're in this lesson. So from the first page, I took the 12 and I just brought it over here to the second page, right here. Oops. So when I go to the factors, I look at my factor pairs, 1 and 12. Well, if I did this pair, that's not going to make much sense because that's not getting me anywhere. So I'm going to go down and I'm going to use 2 and 6. I'm going to draw 2 little lines down from the 12. It's going to be a factor tree is what we're making. And then I'm going to write, if it'll go, there we go. My 2 and my 6 at the end of my factor tree. Well, I know that 2 is a prime number, so I can stop there. But 6 is not. So I need to keep going. And I make another, if I can get it to show up. Come on. There we go. And I know that, 6 times 1 isn't going to get me anywhere again. So 6 is an even number, so I know that I can use 2. And in this case, I can use 2 and 3 and get 6. So I'm going to circle these because I'm done with them. I'm at the end of my factor tree. So my prime factorization of 12 is 2 times 2 times 3. I've got to pause the video, copy my whole thing into your notes. Welcome back. So I would like you to make a factor tree using 18. Pause the video and make your factors of 12 or 18. Welcome back. You should have had a factor tree of 1 and 18, 2 and 9, and 3 and 6. Pause the video and do your factorization, prime factorization with 18. Welcome back. Let's look. You should have your prime factor tree should look like this. The only thing I haven't done is circled my prime numbers so I know I was at the end. Okay, one more step. We need to write that as a multiplication problem. So we need to write 2 times 3 times 3. Add that to your notes. And if you have any questions about this, please ask again in the morning. We will have one more example of our factors, doing factors in the morning on our daily calendar before we go into math class. So that would be a great time to ask me about it. Have a good evening.